And we're recording. Okay, so I have a part 1.5 in my Adventures in Dice Making Chronicles. I'm having a part 1.5 because as I was, let me actually explain this in detail. This is going to be far more roughly edited than the other video. So this is the D20 that I 3D printed during the last video. And in that last video, I promised you that I would bring you along for all the mistakes that I made as I made them. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, when I printed this D20 for the last video, I actually printed 2 because I just needed to print 2 to get all the shots for the 3D printer, and I figured also it wouldn't hurt to have 2. And I was really excited when these got printed that I shared a photo in a dice making Discord, and I was like, you know, this is a really clean print. It's really fantastic to work with. And I was like, ooh, look, photo. And some very keen-eyed person, thank you very much, and I'm going to leave their name blacked out, pointed out to me that the 1 was droopy on the 17 face. And I'm like, no, it's just a trick of the light. No, it can't be droopy. So I looked at my dice, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, the 1 is droopy on the 17 face. And I thought, okay, well, I printed 2. Maybe it's only droopy on the other one. And no, it's droopy on this one. In fact, it's droopy on the second print in the exact same manner that it's droopy on the first print. And repeatable results tell me that it is something set up with my slicer. So I had to go and fix that. Because as this person kindly pointed out, when I was going to be going to sand this, I wouldn't get a perfectly flattened face, not without taking off a lot of material. And it would result in a face that would just it wouldn't work. You'd see either a dull spot or a very flat face making dice. So I went into Chitobox, took the same models. I saved my pre-supported versions with the little names on them, and I added a few more supports to the 1 face. And I went around the whole bottom face, and I'm like, let me just get a few more supports where it might droop. I looked at every face, and like, okay, there's a little bit droop here and there, so let me just get everything squared away. And this is version number 2, so print number 3, version number 2. And this one looked fantastic. The 1 face on the 17 looked perfect. I'll get a close-up shot of that so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But this one came out really well. And I was like, okay, this is great. This will be fine. We can use this to do our video, and I'll just put something in the beginning to explain what happened so that you guys don't lose too much on it. And then, you know, I was just going around. I went down to start molding, and I was going around doing a final inspection of the faces. And there's another problem. It's unrelated to the first problem. In fact, it is visible on these first dice, but it's unrelated to the first problem, and that's on the 9 face. And so if you look closely here, you'll notice, and especially it'll be easier in these macro shots that I'm going to cut away to now, you'll notice that there is a bit of peeling, and that's because when this sits directly on the printer, that 9 is sitting directly flat against the bed. And what's happening is that as it's suctioning up for like 2 or 3 layers, it's a very thin piece of resin, and it's pulling that down, it's breaking it essentially, resulting in what you see here. So I had to delay it. I had to delay making a mold because once I make a mold of this, it is going to be a permanent flaw in every dice moving forward. Same thing with the 1 face. And I want, especially because this isn't going to be the real master. This is going to be made into a clear resin master that we're going to be sanding and polishing. And I want that to have the best chance to start. So I opened up Chitobox once again, added a ton more supports. And this is print version 4. No droopiness on the 9, no droopiness on the 1. I looked at all the other faces. Everything else looks great. This will be fine. This will work, hopefully. If we do another 3D printing, this might turn out to be longer than a 3-part series, but this should work. When I was pulling off my fin supports here, I did accidentally take off some material on the edges between 19 and 1 and between 17 and 3. I can fix that with UV resin, just a spot of UV resin right there, because we can take more material away So if I put a blob there and I mold it and cast it, I'll have a blob that I need to sand down. That's fine, because once we have a shiny master, then we can make, hundreds of dice from there. So I've got, this is print number 4, and just to prove that I did in fact print 4 of these, this is print number 4. A 5th one is printing on the bed because I wanted to have a spare just in case. But that is why today is part 1.5 and not part 2. And yeah, next week, this is fine. I know this will work. So next week we will be molding and casting and polishing a master. And then the video after that, assuming everything goes well, I say assuming because I shouldn't have assumed on the first one. Assuming everything goes well, we will be making the proper molds, the production molds, from where we will be making actual dice. So that's why we have a part 1.5. I appreciate you all for being patient with me. Of course, I am sharing all my flaws because I'm hoping that if you are new to dice making and you stumble upon this series, you can learn from my mistakes and not make them as you make them. Until then, I am going to leave you with this and this lovely little shot of my D20, and we will go from there. I will see you next week with hopefully a shiny master at the end of it. Until then, bye-bye.